YouTube. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. The past 24 hours in Call of Duty and Warzone has been crazy. There's been two really cool live events going on. There's been a lot of map changes. We've actually went back in time. There's been new POIs added to the map. I'm going to talk about all of that, the 3 new guns that you need to use in this Warzone season. So stick around, kick your feet up, and enjoy the video. But before we jump into the video, if you like the video and you're super excited for this Warzone season, all the changes, everything going on, please like the video down below. I'll really appreciate it. Also, please make sure you check all the socials down below. Go check over my social media. Please come over and check out my community on Twitch. Hang out with me there. I'm live almost every single day. Also, shout out to my boy Seahawks, man. I really appreciate you being around and always sticking through the videos and all the Twitch streams. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Floyd got me on Mars with this one.
Alright guys, so what you're seeing right now is the Warzone live events that have happened over the past couple of days. The first in-game live event, you were supposed to stay alive for as long as you can, but eventually you got overrun by zombies. As the map's getting overrun by zombies, you're trying to make it to the exfil location so they can get you out of there. But the game wants it to happen so that everybody turns into zombies and the whole map gets nuked. This then takes you over to Rebirth Island for the second in-game live event. In this second game in live event, you're supposed to go and find the detonator and detonate the nuke that's going off in Verdansk from Rebirth Island. So the second game in live event is actually 15 minutes prior to the nuke going off. After the nuke goes off, you actually go back into time, into 1984, and then you get deployed into the new Verdansk, 1984 Verdansk. Once you're in this new Verdansk 1984, the goal is basically just survival in the game like a normal Warzone. Them doing this helps them create a storyline and a connection between Warzone and the Cold War game that just came out last year. There's a lot of big changes in new POIs. So what you're seeing right here is the new POI called Array. It's at the top left corner of the map. It's where dam used to be. As you can see, the big bridge where the dam actually used to be. There really isn't a whole lot going on here. Really not a whole lot of loot here either. It actually is a pretty cool POI though. There's a lot of long range gunfights. So if you don't have a long range gun, you really don't want to be fighting here. So here's a look at the new POI called Factory. It's right next to Superstore. It's where Titties used to be. It's a really cool POI. It's something different. It fills in a lot of open area right there that just used to be Titties. And I think they did a really good job here with this, and it's a really good place to land. I landed there all yesterday, and I had a really good time, really fun time, and I enjoyed it. So another big change to the map is Stadium. Stadium has now been reversed to its bare bones because it's technically almost been built 40 years ago. It's a nice change up with a lot of other small building changes just to kind of switch it up because we've been playing the same map for so long. I haven't landed here yet, but let me know in the comments if you have and if you enjoy it. So this is the actual Array. It's not really a new POI. It's been there. All they did is add this big metal skyscraper thing. I don't even really know what it is. They switched up the buildings a little bit to make the layout a little different, but it's essentially the same thing. So this right here is Salt Mine. Most of you probably know it as Quarry. It's pretty much the same exact thing. The only difference is towards the back, towards the south side of it, there's 2 buildings that are not there. It's just a wide open space, so be careful and get caught in here. Another difference you'll see at the back right now is that it doesn't go nearly as deep. There's room towards the north side of it, really just for woods right there, so they took away some of it. Some other changes you might see is to Airport. Airport is now completely built on the inside. There's a second floor, there's more loot, and there's better angles for people in the ATC. Another change is Farmland. Farmland has now become a Black Ops 2 map called Standoff. A lot of Black Ops 2 and Black Ops fans are going to be super excited to see this in there. I know I am personally. I enjoyed Black Ops series a lot. Downtown has some minor changes. It doesn't feel as cluttered to reduce camping and kind of just stray people away from camping there. That was a big problem in the previous map. Now, a big change that a lot of you are going to like is that Superstore is now like a Superstore. There's not boxes on fire. There's not broken down areas of the map. It's a full Superstore, so be careful for a lot of lanes that a lot of people might know is there now. Some other changes you might see around the map are just like different buildings in certain areas, rearrange some buildings, and it looks really clean. It looks really good. The coloring looks great. I'm super excited what they did, and they did a great job. Alright guys, so on to the 3 guns that you need to use in this new Warzone season in the new 1984 Verdansk map. The LC-10 was already a good gun in last season in the last map, but they've made it even better. They've increased the bullet velocity so your bullets shoot even faster now. It's not a super fast gun, so if you like to be super fast moving around the map, then there are some attachments that you could put on that are useful to you, but your accuracy is going to pay for it. As you can see here in these clips, that this gun is just absolutely shredding, and it's a common 4-loop gun as well. Well, not a common, but still a 4-loop gun. Another gun that you have to use in this new Warzone season is the Krig 6. I've always been a huge fan of the Krig, and they've made it to where I can actually use it in Warzone. The head damage multiplier has been changed from 1.4 to 1.5. The neck damage multiplier has been changed from 1 to 1.3. Upper torso multiplier has changed from 1 to 1.1. The lower torso damage multiplier has also been changed from 1 to 1.1. Now on to the third gun that you gotta use in this new Warzone season. And this one is the FARA 83. If you enjoyed the FFAR in the previous season, you're going to want to use this gun. It's pretty much the same exact thing, except the roles have been reversed. The minimum damage increased from 25 to 26. The maximum damage range has been changed by 17%. The recoil pattern has been adjusted so it hops around a little bit more left to right and not as much vertically, but it's still a more accurate gun than what it was before. The maximum damage, though, has been decreased from 33 to 31, so this gun won't be too overpowered. Some honorable mention guns that you might want to use: the Cold War AK, the QBZ, and the Grauza. But the Grauza's already been good. They made it even better. Now on to some guns that you need to throw out and never use again. Well, at least until they change it and buff it or nerf it again. Gun number one that you need to get rid of, the M16. The time between bursts has been increased by 10%. The neck damage multiplier has been changed from 1.8 to 1.1. Another gun you need to get rid of is also in the tac rifles, and it's the AUG. The Cold War AUG, that is. Its time between bursts has been changed by 33%. The neck damage has also been decreased from 1.8 to 1.3. So either one of those guns, don't want to use them. Now this last gun that you got to get rid of is going to hurt me to say, but the FFAR is not going to be a good gun to use in Warzone. Its maximum damage has been decreased from 30 to 27. Maximum damage range has been decreased by 15%. Neck damage multiplier from 1.1 to 1. Upper torso damage also been decreased from 1.1 to 1. And lastly, the ADS speed has been decreased just a little bit. Those are the three guns you need to use and don't need to use.